with a flour sack cape tied all around his neck. He climbed up on the garage, he's figuring what the heck. Screwed his courage up so tight that the whole thing come unwound. He got a running start and bless his heart, he headed for the ground. Well, he's one of those who knows that life is just a leap of faith. Spread your arms and hold your breath and always trust your...
Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is a little unorthodox. First and foremost, please like, follow, subscribe to the Treeline Podcast if you haven't already. Like I said, a little unorthodox. Today's the last day of rifle season here in New Hampshire. I'm not hunting. I don't have a weapon with me, but my brother's out here for the last day trying to get a deer. So I'm out here in support of that, and hopefully we can get him something. That'd be dope. But yeah, had a good week this past week. One of my nephews had a birthday, which was super cool. Is this blurry or something? Which is super cool. I got to get him, Dragon Ball stuff, Pokemon stuff, which is cool because, I don't normally get to go shopping for, Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z stuff. So it's always cool to get to be a kid at Walmart. And Walmart's my shit, man. I don't care what people say. Walmart's my shit, dude. Ever since I was a kid, man, I was the kid rocking the starter jersey, number 7. That blue jersey. I know y'all remember it from the 90s. It said starter across the back on the top, and then it said 07. And only Walmart kids be rocking that shit. But let's see. Other than that, let's see, the birthday party. Not a whole lot's going on, man. We're just trying to get a second deer this season between my brother and I. That way we have a good amount of meat for the year. But yeah, I've noticed a lot of people took some interest in that DMT episode I did, that last episode, and my personal experience with it. I don't got much else to say on it, except for that shit was real to me, man. But I have gotten some feedback from family and other people, friends that I've spoken to about potentially, possibly, dabbling with that. In the past I used to talk about it. So they hit me up. They were excited about the episode. And then, of course, it would be the dopest thing if like a deer just walked up on me. Obviously, I'm not being super quiet, but I did find a good little kind of secluded area where I can record, for like 30 minutes. It's not the most beautiful day today. It's kind of gloomy, cloud cover, but I think it's going to rain this afternoon as well. I personally like walking through the woods when it's wet or raining, especially in New Hampshire. Like in North Carolina, it's just harder to move through the tree line. When you're making movements, it's just more difficult because it's just so much more crowded with thickets and bush and thorn bushes. I swear there's like 500 meter long fucking thorn bushes at Camp Lejeune, Verona Loop, Geiger area. But up here, it's just, it's pretty open, man. It's like you can see behind me a little bit, but I can get around this tree line, pretty easily, which I enjoy. The biggest thing is that when you're moving around and you have that easy ability to move around, is it blurry, dude? It's going to piss me off. All right. When you have the ability to move around, you have a tendency to break more twigs or, crack leaves and stuff like that, when ultimately you're trying not to do that. You're trying to be as quiet as possible. So when it's wet or raining, these leaves, they get damp, and they when they get damp, they don't crackle and shit. This fucking thing's gonna piss me right off, mister. There we go. I think that's it. Yeah, like I said, it's a little unorthodox. I got my little travel tripod. It's tiny, man. I didn't bring my big tripod, so you're dealing with this for now. But yeah, so hold up. Look, every once in a while, I'll take a tactical pause, and I'm telling you why. Because deer have fucking spooked me or ran by me and shit through the woods, especially this hunting season. I've just been seeing a lot of deer in the woods, so every chance I get, a tree or a fucking twig branch, a twig fucking snaps or something, I'm looking, man, because, you know, what if I just catch one staring at me, you know? I found a head, just the skeleton, or just the skull, sorry, of a 6-point buck the other day when we were hunting. But I saw like 2 deer out there. That was Thursday. So yeah, Thursday we had some intel, and we decided to take the day off of work and go pursue that little bit of intel. And we went down to where, you know, somebody had seen like 3 deer run off the road into this swampy area. So we went down in there, and I got eyes on 2 of them. Moving pretty quickly through the tree line, but they were about 150 meters out, which tells me if they're making me at 150 meters, I'm not going to be jumping a deer. They hear me way too well, way too easily. If they were able to, you know, detect me at 150 meters and then just bounce, you know, I'm not confident that I'll be able to jump a deer. So I think the luckiest I've been, at least this season, has just been sitting and waiting for them to walk by me, which, you know, is ideal, right, when you're hunting. Saw a porcupine the other day. I posted that on all my platforms. I know you guys probably saw that. That was a really cool little porcupine. I've seen some beavers, man. I've seen a lot of wildlife just the last couple of weeks, man. But that's what happens, man. You can't get a deer from the couch, my brother says, right? So we got to get out there and get after it. And while you're out there and after it, you're going to see wildlife. When you're in the wildlife, you're going to see that shit. I haven't seen a bear yet, which is disappointing. I'd really like to see a bear, or like a lynx or something. That'd be dope. But let's be real, man. If I can't jump a deer, you know, if I can't fucking sneak up on a deer without being detected at 150 meters, there's no fucking way I'm gonna sneak up on a predator like a bear or a lynx. They're gonna hear me from a fucking mile away, which sucks, because which tells me ultimately the only thing you really can do is just sit and wait for an animal like that. You can't just fucking pursue it unless you've been pursuing it for, you know, a long time. Trail cams, maybe I don't know, maybe that bear is, you know, a local bear or something you've known for a while. But if you're going bear hunting or fucking moose hunting, or you're trying to get a lynx or a bobcat or something, like, I can't imagine that's an easy hunt, dude. That's got to be difficult. So, they got to hear you a mile away. They're fucking predators, dude. Deer can hear you a mile away, and they're prey. You know what I mean? Not a mile away. I say at least 150 meters away, and that's if you're walking tactically, like I feel like I was walking tactically, you know? But yeah, so they spooked. I seen them run down by that swamp. And then what I did was, I went and investigated the area where I saw them running. Saw all kinds of disturbed earth, all fucking kicked up. They just ran off, you could tell. But somehow they got between, or they were between me and that swamp, right? And then somehow I got between them and the swamp, and I heard them running about 30 meters ahead of me from the swamp, and they just booked it and they took off, and I just fucking through the woods until I couldn't hear it anymore. And then I texted my brother. I was like, "Look, man, you're on the wrong side of the swamp. You got to come over here. This is where they're at." And I was like, "Look, man, they ran about 30, 40 meters and then they stopped. So I don't know if they're bedded down." And he made a good point. He's like, "Look, man, these things are running fast and they're clearing some distance every gallop. You know what I mean? So they're making, you know, they're making quick movements, long distances. So it might only take about 30 or 40 meters until you will not hear them galloping anymore, because what you thought was 30 or 40 meters, who knows, maybe it's longer, but because they're moving so fucking fast through the brush. So who knows, maybe they just kept rolling and they didn't bed down, which you know, it's possible, it's a possibility. But I've seen so much deer track through that swamp, around all these swamps and areas. But man, I'm so glad that I made that decision to come up here and be closer to my family, and be closer to just people that care about me. I mean, look at it, dude. Like, what was I doing every day in Florida, bro? I was just sitting, depressed, fucking wasting my life away. And then, that change I made just coming up here, like, look at me now. Like, I'm every day I'm outside. Every day I'm doing something. Keeping my mind busy. Keeping my mind healthy. Trying to keep my mind healthy. Mental health is obviously the forefront of my mind. Always, I want to be happy and live a positive lifestyle. Healthy, happy, positive lifestyle. That's my goal. And I think that's like attainable almost at this point. Like, I don't know how much longer, I'm going to be like apprentice. I guess like at my job, I'm technically like, I'm a carpenter, but hang on, sit tight. Oh, damn, someone's pulling up. There's a road over there a little ways. I think that, like I said, my brother is hunting just over there, and he's got his boys with him. So he's, doing a little father-son's hunt, which is cool. But I hear a vehicle coming up, so they're about to bust my brother, which sucks because he had a really good spot. He's looking over about, 600-700 meters worth of power line right now, just watching, just waiting. Hopefully something pops out there. The same power line I was watching the other day with him. It's a really good spot. But we got busted Thursday when we were sitting up in that power line. Some dude comes up, a hunter, right? And he's all in orange and I just look behind me because I look, man. I think this just because of the military. Like if you ain't got an element behind you, you got every couple steps. You should look behind you. You should always just be checking behind you because you don't know what the fuck is creeping up on you. But theoretically, like CQB and shit, those you Marines out there, you understand like close quarters battlefield. Like theoretically, everything you've been through, everything you've gone through should be clear, right? Theoretically, right? But anyways, that's like tactics. That's like military tactics. But I still do it. I still practice that, even in the woods. Like, I'm always looking behind me. I'm always checking my rear, always. And I caught the dude walking up on us, and then he does a little hand arm signal, like just telling us where he's going, like he's walking away. And then he went fucking stomping through the woods. I was like, damn, bro. So he busted us. But we had like 600-700 meters worth of power line. So obviously, him being at that end with us couldn't have busted the whole power line. I can't imagine that busted the entire power line. But yeah, but that's what I prefer anyways. Like, I prefer being busted by another hunter than to bust a hunter, because I feel like an asshole. Like, I remember when I was younger, I was hunting with a friend of my family, and we were just walking up through a field, and like, no shit, like this tree just moved, like head moved, and this dude was all cammied up and shit. We just walked right up on him, and I just felt like a fucking asshole, because these guys sit there for hours, trying to wait for nature to walk by, and you don't even see them, and you creep up on them. Like, it's a dick move, you know what I'm saying? But so that's what I prefer. I prefer getting snuck up on than to sneak up on another. And I don't know, man. Now that I've been in the woods this whole fucking hunting season, basically, I might do more recordings in the woods. I kind of like sitting here and just looking around and being out in the tree line, the actual tree line, in the elements, and the winter's coming too. I think it'd be cool to do like a snow shoot, like just shoot a podcast with some snow in the background, with the tree line in the background. I think that'd be dope. Another thing though, being up here in the Northeast, which really pissing me off, like I told you, I haven't seen a bear. I haven't seen like a lynx or a bobcat, but I've seen a lot of deer. I've seen obviously fucking raccoons, possums, squirrels, chipmunks, all that shit. But this is supposed to be fucking moose country, man. And that'd be so amazing to see something so beautiful and stoic just walking through the woods. And when they walk like this, like side to side. Like, these are fucking big animals, you know. And you imagine just one walking up on you, or you walking up on one in the woods, like, it's the size of a fucking horse. And some of them are bigger. Like, it's crazy. But my ass, man, I've seen moose, like, growing up in Vermont and New Hampshire, but, you know, I see moose signs, like, not like footsteps, or not like footsteps or tracks and shit like that. I don't see those kind of signs, but I see, like, on the highway, like, moose Xing signs, you know, like, there's supposed to be moose crossings and shit. Where the fucking moose at, bro? I ain't seen no fucking moose. It's pissing me off. I don't know. I feel like I walk in the woods and I just want to see fucking everything. But I've seen a lot of hawks, a lot of bird of prey up here, which is fucking dope. I saw some eagles, caught some fish. Bro, I'm living my life. Y'all need to fucking do it. Y'all need to get the fuck out from underneath whatever it is you cover yourself up with. You need to get out from that hole that you dug yourself into, man, and just get out in the elements, man, and embrace the suffrage. That's something I can't remember who I was talking to about it. But it's an inherent part of life to suffer. And I guess after a while, it's just like, you know, being depressed and shit, like you think that you shouldn't have to suffer. Suffering is not, it's not right. I want to feel good, right? I guess I'm going to a tangent, and that's when, you know, situations arise. The VA gives you meds and shit because they want you to want to be happy all the time. But that's not natural, man. Like, look at these fucking deer, bro. And I know y'all see, like deer, like, they'll get attacked by an animal and, like, lose, like, a chunk of fucking meat off their back or something, and they'll still be walking through the woods suffering. And it's like, and then fucking, they're out here, you know, literally moving at night as much as they can to keep their fucking blood flowing, you know, to keep their heart beating, because otherwise they'll fucking freeze to death. You know what I mean? So they bed down during the day when it's a little warmer out, and they're moving at night. They're moving a lot just to stay warm, to stay alive. That's fucking suffrage, you know? So I'm starting to embrace that a little bit. And, like, you know, being in the Marine Corps, you embrace the suck, but after you get out of the Marine Corps for a while, you know, it's nice. It's probably a healthy reawakening, or a healthy thing, I guess, to really readjust and go back to the suck sometimes. Like, it's okay to suffer. It's okay to be bored. It's okay to suffer. These are things that, like, the VA won't tell you. You're suffering? Okay, well, here's a pill for that. You're bored? Okay, here's a pill for that. You know? And, like, what's this episode going to be? Is this going to be, like, a culmination of the hunting season and my rants of the VA? I don't know. I think this episode is mostly going to be a culmination of the hunting season this year that I experienced. We got that buck this year. We got fucking pounds and pounds of meat. There's sound. But I'm excited about that. We've eaten some venison. It's fucking phenomenal. Fucking delicious. We got a lot of it in Hamburg, grinded up into Hamburg, mixed with pork fat, so it tastes like beef, and you can't really tell the difference. You can't really taste the gaminess. It's great for, like, you know, kids. Anything you want to make beef with, ground beef, you could basically use that ground venison mixed with pork fat, and it tastes fucking, well, unless a duck, you hear that? Actually, I don't know, because I'm using my microphone is my phone today. Also, whether or not you hear things, I'm not entirely sure if you're going to be able to hear a lot. But this microphone is just as good or better than the microphones I got in the studio. I got a good camera with me. But either way, man, this hunting season has been awesome. Me and my brother, we took a boat out, just the way we talked about. We took a boat out. to an island off Lake Winnipesaukee and came back 3 hours later with an 8-point buck. Dude, there's fucking nothing better than that. And it was Veterans Day. So, yeah, this hunting season's been awesome. And next year I want to do it again. Next year we're going to go hunting again. We're going to try to get more deer next year. Hopefully next year I have some experience maybe with a muzzleloader, or more experience maybe with a bow and arrow. That would be cool. That way I could use more tags. There's just people, there's shit going on. I think it's a person walking like a fucking asshole, a hunter or something. Fucking, they walk so fucking loud. I don't know how these people expect to get anything. They fucking over here trekking through the woods like fucking Sasquatch. Stupid fucks. I'm just kidding. Enjoy yourself, hunters. Hopefully y'all get a deer this year, man. But yeah, next year I definitely want to go again, and I want to hunt for more animals. I want to taste different animals. I've seen a lot of beaver. I'm not saying I want to eat a beaver, right? But I've heard of people eating beaver tail or using the pelts for other things. I don't want to kill a beaver for no reason. I don't want to kill any animal for no reason. But I do want to provide more meat for the family. So I think a beaver tail, like, if it's good, I don't know. I've never tried it, like I said. If it's good, I'd try it, sure. Anything else, I don't know. I don't want to kill a porcupine and eat that shit. I just don't want to deal with dressing it because I don't want to get quills in me. But I've heard of people eating porcupine. Obviously, I'm going to go deer hunting again because that was just a beautiful, amazing thing that I experienced. But yeah, and hopefully we do this every year. And then if we plan ahead, like do a trip to like another state, like Pennsylvania. They got a lot of deer in Pennsylvania. They got a lot of deer all over the United States. But it'd be cool to do a trip, I think. It'd be exciting. But I don't want to overthink about it or think about it too much or feel obligated to become an expert with all these different weapon systems prior to next season. I do want it to be natural. I want it to be fun for me. I want it to be something, calming and something that gives me a peace of mind, something that's mentally a positive thing in my life. And hunting, I never thought that it would be because, you're killing animals, but it brings your family together. It rejoices people, and it, brings people around a table together. People that have not sat together for a long time. You go get a deer in the woods, you put it on the table, you're going to bring people around, man. And people are going to be genuinely happy. They're going to be rejoicing over a giant meal, beautiful meal. It's just something spiritual about it, man. Especially that it happened, right after that DMT experience. And I wasn't even sure that I was going to talk about the DMT experience because, like I've told you guys a million times, when I'm on here and I'm doing these videos, man, I don't really hold back, pretty much. It's really just me spitting, my mind to this camera lens. So you're in my head, man. All you guys, more about me than the average person would. Anyways, I don't want to get on a soapbox, but that's the whole point of this, right? Is to be on a soapbox. But yeah, it's been a phenomenal hunting season, and I'm looking forward to the next one. And I hear a lot of freaking movement, so I think the brothers packing up, the boys, I think that maybe they were unsuccessful. Maybe the boys were making too much noise. I don't know. But I can tell he's getting frustrated. I can hear him. But I just took it off airplane mode in case he's trying to text me. I just put it on airplane mode when I'm recording because when people call you, it fucks up the recording. So, but regardless, you guys, I really appreciate you guys watching these episodes, and I really appreciate the the people that reach out to me, and I swear you guys reach out to me like all the time, man. Old friends, old Marine Corps buddies, and it's like that lost time just goes away. It's like you click instantly over the phone, and we've talked about doing some things with some other friends I got living up here in the Northeast, maybe some collaboration or a podcast, like a guest podcast, or get someone to talk to me, right? So you guys listen to me fucking bitching and moaning and complaining the whole time. No, I don't bitch, moan, and complain the whole time. At least I do a lot less now, I like to think. Coming out of Florida, God, man, that was just a mental fucking shit show living in Florida, and I still got issues with my house in Florida, with the tenant down there. But life's supposed to be full of suffrage, so it's okay. It's okay. I'm still breathing. Tonight I'll go to bed. Tomorrow the sun will rise and I'll wake up and I'll go to work. And in the meantime, we'll suffer. All right, you guys, I'm going to cut it short. I don't want my ride to leave without me. I love you guys. Please like, follow, subscribe to the Treeline Podcast, and I'll see you next week. All right. Hey, this was a culmination of the hunting season. We talked some about the DMT experience again. And like I said, man, I'm excited for next year. I was excited for this year, hunting season. And next year, hopefully, I can use some more weapon systems and be able to use some more tags. Either way, I love you guys. Deuces.
Now 8 years old with a flour sack cape tied all around his neck. He climbed up on the garage, he's figuring what the heck. Screwed his courage up so tight that the whole thing come unwound. He got a running start and bless his heart, he headed for the ground. Well, he's one of those who knows that life is just a leap of faith. Spread your arms and hold your breath and always trust your